The Romantic Age is also known as the Age of Revolutions because three major events marked this period. That is, the American Revolution, the French Revolution, and the Industrial Revolution. The American War of Independence, and by the way, remember that the word independence is written only with the initial I, all the other vowels are E's. So, I was saying that the American War of Independence broke out because Great Britain had claimed the right to rule its colonies and levy taxes. However, the 13 colonies maintained that there was to be no taxation without representation, meaning that they demanded to be represented in the British Parliament. After the Americans won, the Declaration of Independence, drawn up by Thomas Jefferson, was approved. It was based on the principle that all men are born equal with the same rights, that is, the right to life, to freedom, and to the pursuit of happiness. In 1789, George Washington became the first American president. When gold was discovered in California, a strong westward migration took place, leading to a severe conflict with the natives, who were decimated and forced onto reservations. They were only granted full citizenship in 1924. For Britain, the American Revolution meant a relevant economic loss, but at the same time, Britain was already ruling over India, which was considered the jewel in the crown. It was also extending its control over part of Canada, which actually was split into a French-speaking Catholic part and an English-speaking Protestant part. Moreover, Oceania was discovered, and Captain James Cook claimed the biggest island, Australia, as British. The French Revolution, whose principles were liberty, equality, and fraternity, took place in 1789. It brought about a deep change in Europe. In Britain, the French Revolution and its principles aroused the enthusiasm of the intellectuals, while the aristocracy and the politicians feared the influence of those ideals over their population. However, when the French Revolution became bloody and violent, the intellectuals' enthusiasm turned to disillusionment. Eventually, Napoleon ascended the French throne and was proclaimed emperor. He tried to expand his power in Europe, but he was defeated by Admiral Horatio Nelson first at the Battle of Trafalgar and then by the Duke of Wellington at Waterloo. The Congress of Vienna restored monarchies in Europe and drew a new map of it. The Industrial Revolution, which conventionally covers the period between 1760 and 1840, transformed Britain's economy and society, changing them from being based on agriculture to being based on industry. Two new social classes emerged: the entrepreneurs and the factory workers. The workers' conditions were appalling. They had to work long hours without any safety or rights and for low wages. Women and children worked too, but they were paid less. In the post-war era, by the way, it's pronounced era in British English and era in American English, Britain experienced economic and social problems such as unemployment and heavy taxation. The Luddite riots broke out in 1811, and workers destroyed the industrial machines which they blamed for their unemployment. The death penalty was approved for those who damaged or destroyed machines. At the Peterloo massacre, the British Army charged the mob, killing and injuring the protesters.